Hello, everybody. Like my hat? Today is hat day on our virtual spirit week, so I borrowed one of my husband's hats. Luckily, it fit my big head. I have a big head. It's hard to find hats that fit. Another reason why I don't wear them often, but I'll wear it today. And no wisecracks about why am I supporting the Steelers, because I love the Steelers. That's why. Anyway, sitting outside. Luckily, the weather is going to be beautiful the next couple days, and so I thought we would visit with the chickens. And because I'm using my laptop, this is as far back into the backyard as I could go with the internet still working. So, still a little ways from the chicken coop. I tried to take the laptop to the chicken coop to show you guys. I cleaned out the chicken coop yesterday. It looks very nice. Doesn't stay looking that way very long, but I could not get internet back there, so we will sit here and call the chickens fast. So, see, I don't know if you can see the flowers on the lilac bush behind me. The lilac flowers smell so nice right now. All right, so not many chickens. Let's see if you can see that over here on my screen. Okay, not many chickens to be seen. Let's go ahead and call them. I brought some food back here for them. Chick, 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 chick. Here, chick, 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 chick. Running is the funniest thing. Chick, 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 chick. They're not very graceful runners. So the other day, this one in the very front, let's see, one who jumped for food. Well, she got out of the fence because my husband had to open the fence to get his lawnmower through. And she got out of the fence. And he came out and said, "Oh, I need help chicken back in." Because she got out of the fence. And I went up. I thought, oh, I know how to get her in. I don't have to chase her in. I just got a handful of cat food. I left breadcrumbs full of cat food. She followed the trail right back. It was very easy to get her back in. There's Philip. Philip, say hi to George. He has grown one really long, dramatic tail feather right now. He's got a long white feather. It's much longer than all the other ones. It's the overachiever feather. He's such a handsome boy. He is a Bielefelder. I think I'm saying that right. Bielefelder. And that breed is from Germany. And the cool thing about Bielefelders is that you can tell the boys from the girls from the moment that they're hatched because they have different coloring. I forget what the coloring is. The tips look different, which is kind of cool because if you're hatching a bunch of chicks and you only want to keep the hens, then you can sell the little boys right away. Or if you just want to keep roosters, or vice versa, you can tell how many of each gender you have. Usually it takes a while to tell which gender is which. You guys can't see the chickens very much. Let me see if I can sit on the ground. Make it look better. The ground is still a little bit wet. So I wasn't real keen on sitting on the ground today, but I brought a towel. Okay. You can say hi. See if I can get them to come close to the camera. Really impersonated. Okay, that's my hat. Don't step on the computer. Come on, you want more food? Over there, don't step on my computer. I was trying to see if any of the from our classroom around here, and I don't think they are. They're younger, so the younger ones don't get very brave. The younger ones, they stay closer to the coop because it's safer and it's closer to the coop, so they're not old enough to be brave. This one's name is Babette. Like, let's see if you can see her. Babette. Babette is a story. When Babette was really little, grew back. Only two tail feathers grew back from Babette. When she her butt was all bald, my sister looked at Babette. So I named her Babette from Babette. Yeah. We gotta might want to there you go. If you guys can see that. It's too bright out there. I can't see my screen. one that got out. She loves food. So, let me comments. Anybody have anything you want to know? Hey, George. Yeah, Philip is big, but he's so sweet. Uh-oh, can you hear me? The camera wasn't facing toward me. That's probably why you couldn't hear me. Come here, Philip. Come back and say hi. Is that better? Oh, don't steal it. Babette is trying to steal the food out of my lap. All right. You might not be able to hear me if I turn the camera away from me. All right, you guys have any chicken questions? I think I just need to talk louder if I turn. Hey, get out of here. They're eating all the food. So, if you see this cute little he is he's very nice. He's so one thing you'll notice that Philip does, and this is kind of a rooster's responsibility. Philip will wait and watch while all the hens eat. Roosters are very chivalrous, and their job is to make sure that the hens are safe while they eat, and he will only eat after all the hens eat, which is kind of the sweet thing about roosters, I suppose. But he will stand back and watch. And you think, well, when does he eat? He only eats once he knows everybody else has eaten. The roosters have a big job. Their role is very important in the flock, but you only need one or two. Actually, the perfect ratio is one rooster to every 10 hens. Roosters have lots of jobs. They have to make sure that they are always on the lookout for predators. They have to be watching the sky for things like hawks. They have to watch the ground for fox and stray dogs and sometimes cats, but not our cat because our cat's friendly. At night, raccoons come out. Possum can take chickens. Rats can take small chickens and chicks. So luckily, we haven't had too many predator problems this year. It's okay. Last year we had a big fox problem, and we lost probably about 20 of our chickens last year. But luckily, that fox has moved on, and we haven't lost any this year. Let's see what else. So rooster's job. Rooster's job is to keep everybody close. We have one rooster. I think he's somewhere with the young ones because he's young. Every once in a while I can pet Philip if I'm really fast. And if I really want to pick him up, he will let me pick him up. It doesn't make him feel cool when I pick him up. So I try not to, hurt his ego. But so roosters have to make sure that all the flock stays together, because if a hen wanders off by itself, it becomes an easy target for prey. So every once in a while, we'll see a rooster that will just run straight across. So the rooster will take off across the yard and will run after the hen, put his feathers down because that makes him look tough, and he will chase the hen all the way back to the rest of the flock. So it's kind of funny to watch. Whenever we see a rooster taking off across the yard, we're like, oh, somebody's in trouble. So they chase the rooster back to the rest of the flock, and then they can relax, because if they have their hens all in one group, then they can keep an eye on things and make sure they're safe. Look up. He'll make sure everybody's safe. And there's a noise they make. Actually, they make lots of different noises. And the cool thing is that our cat, well, our cat named Pollo. She knows the sounds that the chickens make. So there's an alert call that the rooster will make, and it just means I think I hear something, and every chicken will freeze. Like they won't even move. They're like statues, and everyone will look around. Stop trying to get food. Every chicken will stop what they're doing, and they'll listen, and they'll be perfectly silent. And then if everything's fine, then the rooster goes about his business, and everybody relaxes. But then there's an alarm call that a rooster will do, and every chicken will run and seek shelter. Right now, that tiny little rooster ran. He ran all the way back to the coop to go deal with them, I guess. So let's see what else. All right, which black and white one were you talking about, Jenny? That little rooster that I was talking about, or is it one of the hens? The fluffy black and white one, or let's see. I don't know what the other black and white one we have. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other jobs of roosters. See if Philip over here is listening for the words. He's a good boy. So we had a crazy-haired rooster. Oh, the little one that was running after. Yeah, he's very cute. He needs a name. If you can think of one, I'll name him one. Whatever you name him, I'll name him. I like to name my roosters human names. I don't know why. I've had a Nicholas before. Had Philip. What are the other ones named Philip? He's shy. He has things to do. He doesn't want to talk. I like to name them human names. So can you think of a human name for that little one? And I'll name it. Roosters. What other jobs do they have? That's pretty much it. Pretty much they guard everybody, make sure they're safe, make sure everybody eats. We don't have too many problems with aggression with our roosters. Lil Joe, I like that. Jenny, what do you think about the name Lil Joe? Yeah, I can't go with Oreo. That's not a human name. We could just call her Fatty or Pig. I do have a cat named Chicken, so I guess I could have a chicken named Pig. All right. If Jenny has no objections, we'll go with Lil Joe. Let's see. What was I talking about? I feel like I was talking about something. I don't know. Chicken, what was I talking about? Right now, our yard is pretty. We have a lot of weeds. Don't have a whole lot of grass. Can you see the pretty whole yard is covered with these purple flowers? My husband will mow down with a lawnmower soon. It always makes me sad. But until then, I get to enjoy all their weedy flowers all over the yard. Okay, Lil Joe it is. Lil Joe is wandering. So chickens are not vegetarians. A lot of egg cartons will say, vegetarian fed. Chickens aren't vegetarians. They will eat bugs. Eat frogs. Oh my gosh. My sister one time, she was trying to save a frog from her chickens, but the chickens got to it too fast. And one hen ran off with this huge frog in its mouth and ran away and ate it. They'll eat lizards. They'll eat, what else have I seen them eat? And my sister sometimes, she has more farm animals, so she tends to get a lot of mice near her. So if she can catch a mouse like in the feed can, she'll grab it by its tail and throw it out in the chicken yard. And the chickens will run and grab it, and then they'll eat the mouse. So that's, I guess, one part of her mouse control. What I do to keep mice down, because I don't think I have a mouse problem, is I keep their feed can in the chicken coop, because if any mice come in looking for feed, the chickens will take care of it. So pretty tough. So chickens are not vegetarian, but they love to eat grass. This is what they're eating right now. We'll eat grass. So they eat a lot of grass. They eat a lot of bugs, which is why they're happy this time of year. The feed that I feed them, it has a lot of grain, so corn and soybeans and oats and stuff like that. Um, Jenny, you don't like me describing all the weird things that chickens eat, but it makes their eggs taste better. So they have access to their chicken feed all day long, and then so they eat it when they're hungry, and then they forage the rest of the day. And their eggs taste way better than store-bought eggs because their diet consists of more than just chicken feed. So it makes a big difference in their eggs. Their yolks are a lot darker. And another thing that makes eggs taste good, believe it or not, is chickens just being happy. The chickens that aren't stressed lay tastier eggs. So yeah, I don't think we could go back to eating store-bought eggs. Ironically, though, I don't eat many eggs anymore. The first year we had chickens, I had a fried egg on everything, I think. Fried egg on toast, fried egg on top of leftovers, like, I don't know. Scrambled eggs. We had always had a container of hard-boiled eggs in the fridge, but now I'm kind of over it. So I still eat an egg occasionally, but I kind of burn out on eggs, I guess. This chicken looks very chill right now. I don't know if you can tell by the camera, but the black feathers shine purple and green in the sun, and that makes me really pretty. She is a Barnvelder. I almost forgot her breed right now. Some of our chickens are purebred, and some of them are mutts because we'll hatch out our own eggs. Philip just ran across the yard because another rooster was mating with one of his hens, and so he had to deal with that. So he let the other rooster know he did not appreciate that very much. There's a pecking order. I don't know if you guys have heard about pecking order, but the pecking order means that if you are the top dog, if you are the top rooster or top hen, you get privileges that other hens and roosters don't have. So if you're the top hen, you get to eat first, you get the best food, and you get to be closest to the rooster. And if you are the top rooster, then you get mating rights. And the lower roosters have to either not mate with any hens or they have to only mate with the lower ranking hens. And just like you've seen roosters fight, hens will fight too once they they're cheering along, Philip. Yeah, he's way over there by the tree. He doesn't have any leaves. Let's see there. Over there is and when it in the summer when it has lots of leaves, they like to hang out underneath of it because it gives them a lot of shade. But so hens will fight. They don't usually fight as violently as roosters, but they will fight until one of them gives up. And that's how they decide who ranks higher. And once they have it all figured out, once they figure out, okay, here are the important chickens and here are the middle chickens and here are the youngest ones or the lowest ranking ones, it's pretty peaceful. If I ever have roosters that fight a lot, I get rid of one of them because I like a peaceful chicken yard. So recently I gave away our crazy haired rooster because he kept chasing Philip around and was beating him up actually. Even though this rooster was a lot smaller, he had a stronger personality. So he was chasing Philip all over the place. He actually injured Philip's eye. So for a couple days, I had to put Philip in a different pen and put eye medicine in his eye. I think he felt a little embarrassed about that, but he let me do it. He's a champ. The chicken still has not. What's his name? He's very round. Let's see. I don't know. She likes to jump and do tricks. Any ideas for names? I don't limit hen names to people names. So if you have a good idea, let me know. Any questions about chickens you can think of? I might hatch some more chicks this spring because hens will sometimes when it gets warmer outside, they will go broody. You want a little mean chicken? I have a tiny little bantam rooster. He's about this tall. He attacked my leg this morning. I can't take the camera out to that coop yet because he's all the way. Their coop is all the way in the back, but they're tiny little bantam roosters called Old English Game bantams. And he was just being protective. I went in there to collect some of the eggs that got laid in a different place. But I wouldn't say he's especially mean, but he is protective. But that's the only one that we have right now that's a little aggressive. But he's so tiny, it doesn't really. Yeah, yeah. I'll take my camera out and videotape him sometimes since I can't take my laptop out there. I'll have to do it on my regular camera. But yeah, he's tiny, but he thinks he's hot stuff. I don't know if you guys remember the stories I used to tell you about our other little mean rooster. They were brothers. So I won't cuss on a live stream, but we named him A-hole because I guess would the Spanish equivalent be pendejo? Maybe. But anyway, so he was so mean, but he got put with the big roosters. He would chase my son around the yard. When my husband was doing yard work, he would come up behind my husband and attack him. But he's so tall that like you couldn't even feel him, jumping against your leg. After this morning, when that little rooster jumped, tried to attack my leg, I just looked out and like I couldn't even feel him. I bent down to try to pick him up because sometimes that'll help with roosters. If you bend down and pick them up and like pet them and snuggle them, they get embarrassed and then they stop chasing you. But he wouldn't let me pick him up. He was trying to show off for his girls, I think. But let's see. So yeah. Oh, so this spring, some chickens. The hens may go broody, which means instead of laying their egg every day and then leaving and going about their business, they will stay on the nest and try to incubate the eggs, and then the eggs hatch. So if I have some chickens, since I'm not doing a whole lot else other than schoolwork and hanging out around the house, I figure if some chickens decide they want to raise some babies, I might let them. We don't need any more chickens right now, but it's really cute watching a mama hen with her chicks. I don't want to raise my own chicks. Like I don't want to do the heat lamps thing because that's kind of exhausting. But my chubby hen finally left me. She's out looking for some more bugs. I'll show you. Sometimes when you see a chicken take off across the yard, there's a big bug that she's chasing. They're up near our garden area. We're going to start planting our garden soon. I ordered some seeds today. I ordered some. Hey, Maru's here too. Yay. Not much, Slime. Not much. Just hanging out. Hanging out with chickens. Maru, if you've got any questions about chickens, let me know. So today I got online and I ordered some seeds for our garden because I have all this time now. May as well actually get my garden going. Every year I plant it and I never follow up with it, and then it gets all weedy and then I don't end up harvesting anything. It's gonna be the year that I keep up with my garden and grow a lot. So I ordered seeds. Let's see, I ordered sugar snap peas and snow peas and lettuce and spinach, and what else did I order? That's all the like cool weather stuff. That stuff can be planted now. And then I ordered some zucchini seeds and yellow squash for when it gets warmer. And then I don't start my tomatoes by seed. I go to the nursery and and I get tomatoes that are already started. So we'll get our tomato plants. That usually I get tomatoes around Mother's Day-ish. No, you can't make money off my roosters. I don't want my roosters to fight. I'd rather my roosters live a peaceful life or get eaten. It's weird. I don't mind people taking my roosters to eat for food because then they have a good life and one bad day and then it's over. But if they fight, then they have a lot of bad days. And I don't want my roosters to get hurt. So, nope, sorry. Plus, I don't think I have any that would be good fighters right now, unless we're talking. I don't know what their weight category is, but if you have any, I don't know if they have a fighting category for 6 inches and under. that's the only category I think we'd have a fighter. So that wouldn't work. Hey, chicken. All right, guys, this chicken still needs a name. She came back. Come here. Let's see, I'll open this back. Come here, chicken. All right, need a name for a hen that is greedy. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, 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 chick. She's moving on. Here she comes. She's obsessed. All right, what's her name, you guys? You guys see? Nobody has a name? Come on, you guys. You can do this. Come up with a good name. It's going to be 80 degrees the next couple days. I think today's the last cool day for a couple days. Hopefully you guys can get outside. Socially distance yourself, though, even if you're outside. Be responsible. Ow. All right, food's out. I've got no food left. Betty, that's a cute name. Are you a Betty? Still searching around my legs to see if I have anything left. All right, Betty, it is. Want me to pet her? What's wrong? Come here. Fast. All right. You guys think of any other chicken questions? I think if there's other interesting things about chickens. I don't know. These two, you can tell they're identical. But I can tell Betty from her sister because Betty has a dark. If you're a mixed breed, I don't know what they are a mix of. We hatched both of them from our eggs. So I don't know. And then the dark red one right there, she's a Rhode Island Red. It's a very common breed. Rhode Island Reds are pretty. Here comes another rooster. I don't know if he'll come close enough for you to see him, but he is a baby of ours that hatched at the end of last summer. He looks a lot like Little Joe. He might be getting ready to go fussing him. But he looks a lot like Little Joe, but he's a little bigger. Maybe we'll call him Big Joe. But he's very nice. We don't need this many roosters. Actually, we don't need this many little roosters. I could use another big rooster just for protection for the flock. But I don't know. Philip's doing okay right now. This one's a very dirty chicken. You see her? She's in the mud. She has feathers on her legs, and that makes her get dirty faster. So, what are you guys up to today? Anything interesting? Because I think I'm out of chicken topics to talk about. Betty is right behind the camera. She's waiting for more food. So, our neighbors just plowed a huge part of their yard to make a garden. We can't go over and help them though because they're close to 90 years old, and I want to keep my distance so I don't accidentally expose them. Want to make sure I keep social distance. So we can talk over the fence, but yeah, I don't have any chicks right now, Jenny. No chicks. And if a hen does become broody, then it takes 3 weeks for them to hatch. So you hear that chicken? I don't know if you can hear it so far away. Chickens are loud. So my neighbor is riding her horse back there. Where our two properties meet up, she has a horse field and she rides her horse some days. So maybe I'll video her horses sometime with my camera. I can't do it with my laptop though. No schoolwork today. Nice. So relaxing day for Ginny. So I had some work to do at school today. I was at school for a couple hours. And oh, the chickens are coming back. I don't know why they're coming back, but they're coming back. So I've got some work done at school, made some copies that need to be copied, worked on the Microsoft Teams thing. So that might be fun. If you guys want to try the Microsoft Teams video conferencing, I'd love to try that. And know that I love helping you guys with work. It helps me feel like a teacher. Ouch. Betty's sister just came up behind me and bit my finger. I love helping you guys with schoolwork. I miss being a teacher right now. So anytime you guys need help with assignments, I'm glad to help. There's little Joe and George. They came back to hang out, I guess. Hey, little Joe. They're all coming back. That's not Betty. That's Betty's sister's name, Jenny. Okay. Depending on what class I teach in the fall, I'll try to hatch chicks again with our class because I enjoy that. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. Nobody wants to pet them today. What? Oh, she'll let me pet him. The black. She's an olive egger, so she lays eggs that are really dark green. So how you make an olive egger, and they call it because it's like olive green, is you take a hen that has the genes for green eggs. So green eggs are not like Dr. Seuss, not like green eggs and ham, but they're green on the outside. Inside, they're the same kind of egg. And then a rooster that has the genes for a dark brown egg. No, roosters, of course, don't lay eggs, but their breed has genes for a certain color egg. So if you mix a brown egg rooster with a green egg hen, or vice versa, a green egg rooster with a brown egg hen, you get a resulting hen that will lay a dark green egg because it's kind of like the light green mixed with brown makes an olive green egg. So she's one of our babies. And she lays really cool dark brown eggs. So Bailey, that's cute for Betty's sister. Betty and Bailey. All right, I like it. Jenny, you're going to be my official chicken namer. Here. Haha, got her. Oh, no, you will snuggle with me. It's okay. It's okay. There. So you see Philip behind me. Philip is not very happy that I grabbed his hen. It's okay. She's fine. I'm just snuggling her. Doesn't really want to be, but it's okay. She can hang out with me for a little bit. Bye, Moreau. Thanks for stopping by. I love when you guys visit. I miss you guys. Stop kicking me. She's being rude. She doesn't like to be snuggled. Chill out. You're okay. You hear that noise? That's the everybody freeze. See how everybody's well, when you tell them to stop kicking. And then he went back to but that was I think I hear something dangerous. What? I think he's just worried about his hen. I think he wants me to let her go. You don't want to visit with me anymore. Bye, chicken. Okay. Note to self. Yep, you're the chicken namer. So, chickens are very entertaining. When I have time, I try to sit out here with them. I just watch them hang out. They're always busy. Let's see, which one looks colorful? What colors are you seeing? There's some really pretty ones that are hiding up near the coop. I can't get them to come out because they're young. But the ones that I'll have to show you guys, the ones that we hatched with our class are really pretty. But, oh, he keeps sounding the alarm. I don't know what Philip's worried about. He wants everyone to be careful, I guess. They're hanging out near the woods. Those are hot. Those are the ones that were yellow as chicks with little black spots. So, I'm trying to think of funny chicken stories. So when we first got chickens, this was, I guess, 3 or 4 years ago, we've always been told chickens can't fly. They're too heavy. They can't fly. They can kind of fly over a short fence, but otherwise they stay on the ground because their bodies are just too heavy. Hey, George, I'm glad you're back. So chickens can't fly. And that's always been my understanding that chickens can't fly. So my children came in and said, the chickens are in the trees. I'm like, what do you mean the chickens are in the trees? Of course, the chickens aren't in the trees. Kids probably mean the chickens are in like the lilac bush or something because chickens can't fly. So we walk outside to investigate. And our young chickens at the time were up in these are mulberries. They were like 25 feet in the air. All the trees were just full of chickens 20 feet in the air. We're like, how in the world did they get up there? So these young chickens were not heavy enough yet to keep them on the ground. So the chickens hopped up to the lowest branch, and then they hopped and flapped their way all the way up 20 feet in the air. So we're looking at these tree full of chickens, wondering how in the world they were going to get down. There's only one way they could get down. They just fell out of the trees. They flapped their wings, which kind of slowed them down for a little bit, but otherwise, all of those chickens had to slowly fall out of the trees and they would thud on the ground. Luckily, they were all fine. They didn't get hurt. But every time I film Philip, he stops and looks very regal. I think he likes his moment on YouTube. Let's see, other funny chicken stories. When I had a group of chicks that I spent a lot of time with, and they would climb all over me. So I would go and sit with the babies. They were probably like 5 weeks old, like this big, and they would fly on my head and fly on my shoulder. That was a very friendly bunch. But I don't know. I have one chicken that is obsessed with stealing the food from Pollo the cat, who thinks she's a chicken. So every time I feed Pollo, I have to keep hiding her food bowl up higher in the chicken coop because that chicken will do anything to try to get to her cat food. And ironically, it's not Betty. Betty can't hide or get Pollo's food because Betty can't get that high up on the nesting box because she's too heavy because of her love for food, obviously. Here's a pretty one. She said no, she has better things to do. The chickens go up really close to the house. Sometimes they go on the carport, which is kind of a bummer because they poop on the carport. So you have to be careful when you go outside not to step in chicken poop. So that's kind of annoying. But with chickens comes chicken poop. That's just one of those things. They're going up near the garden. So we're going to have to put a fence around our garden, I think, because, yeah, it is like raining chickens. When they were falling out of the trees, it was definitely like raining chickens. There's a chicken in the woods. She's a tiny little one. You probably can't see her. Well, maybe you can. Little black chicken. She is a mama raised chicken, so she hatched under a hen and the hen raised her. There's a crow. Little tip, roosters do not crow because it's morning. They crow for territory. Let me show you. You gonna crow again? Wow. He's very obedient. He crows on cue. So they crow for territory. So as they're walking around during the day, they'll crow to just let any, neighboring chickens that may be wanting to come and take over their spot, they're letting them know, nope, this is my turf. These are my hens, back off. So he's feeling very, sure of himself right now. He wants to let everybody know that he is the boss, although ironically, he's not the boss. He's the boss of the young ones. But all right, so he needs a name. So we have Philip, we have little Joe, and then we have one. He looks like he has a crown on his head because instead of having a straight up comb like this, hey, Caesar. No chicken fights here. I have a peaceful flock. We try to keep the fighting down to a minimum. So this rooster, though, instead of having a straight comb that goes up like this, he actually has 2 rows of combs like this on top of his head. So he looks like he has a crown. I wish he would come closer. He's smaller than most chickens. He's a mix of a bantam and a regular. Bantams are the small breed. So his dad was a bantam and his mom was a regular size hen. So he's kind of half size, but he needs a name. So if you can think of a human name that's good for somebody who looks like he has a crown on his head, let me know. I think he's the only other rooster we need to name. I just have the 3 of them right now. He is really feeling the crowing right now. Philip doesn't crow very much. He crows in the morning before I let him out of the coop. But I don't know that I've ever heard Little Joe crow. See, Little Joe and the one that hasn't been named yet, they don't really hang out. If they have enough space between them, they get along fine. But Little Joe is the lowest ranking rooster, so he kind of stays out of the other one's way, the one that has the crown on his head. So it goes Philip, and then the one without a name, and then Little Joe. Let's see. Caesar, did you have any chicken questions I can answer? I answer a lot of questions today. Actually, not questions. You guys didn't ask the questions. I just told you stuff about chickens, even if you didn't want to know it. Right, Betty? Let's see. What else? It's starting to look more like spring out here. Fruit trees already have leaves. I love springtime. Every year it's spring, it's like I forget that it's going to be so green. And every spring it feels like a miracle that's like it's green again. Like I'm surprised that it's spring and that it all gets green again. Every year I'm like, wow, look how green it's getting. I guess I have short-term memory problems. Like KFC? Like what? Like name him KFC? I'm confused. Tell me about KFC. There's that tiny little chicken. See, little joke coming up because that guy. So he's gonna hide behind me. You're all right, little Joe. Anyway. Oh, you want to use my chickens to make KFC? If I ever have any extra roosters, you can definitely come get my extra roosters and make all the KFC you want. But my hens are valuable egg. I like Elvis. Okay, Elvis it is. We have Philip, Elvis, and then little Joe. So yeah, Caesar, I'll let you know. If we hatch more chicks and we end up with a lot of roosters, you can make all the fried chicken you want. My husband's too wimpy to eat our chickens, and I'm too lazy. I wouldn't mind eating them. I have processed chickens before, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of mess too. They're hanging out under the lilac bush. They're probably getting ready for nap time. Chickens take naps, usually as a group, and they find a good sheltered spot, and they take naps. So, but yeah, one day my sister and I, gosh, this has probably been 10 years now. My sister and I butchered and processed, how many was that? Almost 30 chickens. It took us all day. We did it at her house. She raised the chickens for me, and then I drove up to Maryland when they were ready to be harvested, killed, processed, butchered, whatever you want to say. And then I helped her with it. That was a big job. It was a very big job. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's really pretty right now. There's all these purple flowers from the weeds. Makes a pretty picture. I don't know if you can see the purple flowers, but they'll all get mowed down. I think they're on type of clover or something. No, I don't think they're clover. I don't know what kind of flower it is, but it's very pretty. But yeah, I don't know. That's about it. I think probably you'll go inside soon, check email, get some work done. If you guys need any help with your assignments today, we can try Microsoft Teams. That should make it a lot easier to, that'll make it a lot easier than trying to do math over Remind, right, Caesar? I think Microsoft Teams will work a lot better. So you guys just let me know. All right, guys, I think I'm going to sign off. If you guys don't have any other questions or things for me to talk to about, because I've run out of things to ramble about. I've already fed the chickens all the food I can feed them. Already snuggled a chicken. But Caesar, I tell you what, I cheered out loud when you said that you got that last question right. That was so exciting. I've never been so excited about math. It was like it became a game. I'm like, nope, we are not giving up on that math. We are going to work on that until we get those answers right. So my husband's like, what are you cheering about? I'm like, we got the answer right. He's like, okay, weirdo. Yeah, it was super fun. So thanks for helping me figure out math. Now I can say I know some advanced function math. It's only that one thing, but hey, I think we could do it again. I still think number 3 is wrong. I think number 3 is not supposed to be 49. I think well, I won't say your teacher's name on you, but I think your teacher is wrong about that one. Probably not. I probably just didn't know how to do it, but anyway, I'm gonna go with that. So anyway, guys, either later today or tomorrow, I will post the next chapter of the Swiss Family Robinson. I know you guys can't wait. Actually, maybe you can. I don't know. They haven't gotten many views, but it's a really good story. You guys should give it a try. So I'll either read that later today or I'll save that for tomorrow. I'm not sure. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. I will probably get in the garden a good bit tomorrow. So you guys have a wonderful day. And I love you guys and I miss you. And I hope, I already said have a good day. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. I love you.